All right.
All right, drum roll, please. Ta-da! Surprise! It's poached eggs.
I feel like I did pretty good today.
Yeah, you actually did.
Tap myself
How many
on the
eggs
shoulder.
did this take to get the right?
The whole carton, basically. But hey, we have 4 solid poached eggs here. If it wakes her up, I'm gonna run out there.
Welcome to Bachelor Brunch, episode
8.
8?
Hometowns edition.
Our hometowns. Yeah, this is exciting.
This was a great episode.
We've made it so far.
We have. We've done brunch with you guys now for 7 weeks. This is our 8th week. If you haven't subscribed yet, you need to right now because we just got 20,000 subscribers.
Whoop!
So we're stoked. And
Yeah,
we want you guys to
continue with us. You know, it's been really fun. We love reading your comments and they make me laugh. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, we love interacting with you guys on there, and you have a really good. So the whole comment section's filled with like really interesting theories on what's going to happen. Some really like things that we never thought of. So it's really cool to interact with you guys and to chat about them on next week's episode. So.
Yeah, and share us on Instagram. We'll reshare your stories. Love seeing that stuff. So where do we begin?
I'm going to begin by taking a bite of this and see if it's actually good or not.
Okay, me too.
Oh, yes. Alon, you'd be so proud right now.
Oh my goodness. It's beautiful, babe. Good job.
Thanks. That's good. I'll let you start talking so I can keep eating.
Okay. So, the first hometown was Hannah Ann. And I feel like we haven't seen a ton of her this season. But she's adorable. And she's my favorite now.
Yeah, you fell in love with her this.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, the end of the date, I was just like, yep, she's my fave. Hope she wins.
She had a really good date. I think her dad's name was Rick. He was really hard on Peter. I think the whole thing was kind of funny. They were axe throwing.
He was so serious.
Yeah, and the dad was just like, but I feel like he was very fair. And obviously, if Alessi were to ever go on the show, I would be the same exact way.
I like that he told Peter that he better be serious about telling her he loves her before saying it, and then he did. So I felt like it meant a lot more because of that.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. And the whole family dynamic, I think, was really good. You know, it was like everything was sort of ran so smoothly. You couldn't have a hometown go better.
Yeah. Which
made me think a lot because we've kind of been seeing so much emphasis on Madison, and now we see this amazing date with Hannah Ann, and now we're all like,
and they've been hiding her. Like, I haven't seen her really much
lately. Yeah, in the beginning there was all this drama.
But she didn't start that. She was accidentally involved in it.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the date was solid, and I think that the takeaways from it are that, you know, I could really see them together in the end of this. So.
And then next was Kelsey's date.
Kelsey.
This one cracked me up from the get-go because... Go ahead.
You first. No, you first.
No. The first thing they do is stomp grapes, and they're stomping on grapes you get from the grocery store. Like, those are not wine grapes.
Yeah, and right? I thought, no, that's totally, you're so right.
I saw that immediately, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is hilarious. You guys just went to the grocery store and bought a crap ton of grapes and made them stomp on them.
I also like how they created their own wine, and they just called it wine. Because Lauren and I were like, why not just call it like...
Keter. Or Pelsey. We love those couple names.
Yeah. You know, we're Laurie. That makes sense. We would have Laurie wine.
But whatever.
So, how did you feel about her family? Because I thought it was kind of hilarious because they all have the same hair. It was just like the mom, the sister, the other sister. There's 2 sisters, right?
I think so. I didn't really...
The mom was a hard one on this one.
I feel like the moms are always really hard on the guy.
Lauren's mom was so hard on me. She was
so weird.
She did have this whole conversation with me, and at the end of it, she stood up and like put her hand out to give me a handshake.
She's still so proud of that to this day.
She really is.
She's like, yeah, I didn't give Arie a hug.
I was like, oh, this is...
I'm like, Mom, calm down.
Yeah. Moms are tough.
But I wasn't as taken with like that part of it, but I noticed that they kept saying if Kelsey brought him home, it must be a big deal, or Kelsey hasn't brought a guy home in forever, this must be like her one true love or whatever. It was that kind of vibe. But I thought that was kind of funny because this situation is not a normal dating situation, so it's not like she didn't have a choice to bring him home, but it's just kind of the process. So I don't feel like there's any like emphasis on this relationship because of that, you know?
It's not as special because it's not like she like planned it, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a real world situation.
Yeah, I think they were thinking of it that way, but it's kind of funny. Or it was to me at least. But
what did so they just did the wine thing and then they went to the house, right? That's all they did. Okay.
Yeah, and then she was saying, she's like, yeah, my relationship hasn't been easy. It's been really difficult from the beginning, but we're really strong now. And I just started dying inside because I'm like, in the beginning of the relationship, she was yelling at Hannah Ann, which is his other front runner, and spraying champagne in her face.
Yeah, if you kind of think back on that first night, you think like, you would never think those two would be in the last 4. I would never have thought that. And now it's just kind of funny how we've seen the whole thing progress, and she's there. I felt like, though, when you compare the 2 dates, you could see that he was really into Hannah Ann, and then you could see he was sort of dodging Kelsey a little bit. She was like, I love you, and he was like, that's nice. And then he would like look away.
Oh, I forgot that.
Do you remember that? And so I could tell throughout the date that he wasn't as invested as he was with Hannah Ann.
Yeah, we did notice at the end that when he said goodbye, he said, my heart is falling for you. He didn't say the L word.
He didn't say the L word at all.
And that means something.
Yeah, he really played that well because he wanted to give her something, but he didn't want to be insensitive. So he had to, I feel like he dodged that. Yeah. He totally dodged that.
Yeah, so from that point on, we were like, Kelsey's probably gonna go home.
Yeah.
Then...
Lauren's got her notes.
I do.
Tell us who's next.
Madison is next.
Okay. We have so much to talk about.
She's super cute. Like, I think she's Bachelorette material if she doesn't win. Or
she's really great at basketball.
I hate that I just said win, but if he doesn't choose her, I think...
It's not about winning, babe.
I know. Winning Peter's heart.
There you go.
But yeah, if he doesn't choose her, Bachelorette, I think for sure.
I love how they're just making Peter look like a total joke on the basketball court all the time.
Hey, he made a couple baskets.
He did at the end there. He's like made a 3, and then he like.
He's like, I'm really good at half court shots, and then he
was like, whoop! It was like so far off base.
Sick.
They could have done at least like a couple takes and made him look a little bit better there, but nah. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
She's like obviously really good at basketball. I can't dribble like that, so if I were in that same situation, I'd look terrible too. So it's all good.
Yeah, but then we get to her family, and like they're obviously super religious. And
it all started with when he was like, "Let's cheers with our."
Let's say something nice about Madison and go down the table.
Oh, that was interesting.
Oh.
I'm talking about when they cheered, cheers with their
tea.
tea. I was like, oh yeah, this is a family that's very religious. They're not drinking. That was kind of an awkward comment to even say. I don't know. And then when they went around the table, I was like, whoa, this is weird.
I mean, you're just not used to that, obviously, but...
Does any family do that?
I have no idea.
Mine
doesn't.
Comment if your family does that and explain to us, does each family member get a different night?
No, I think it was especially for this.
Just to like say how...
I don't know why, but I think maybe... I don't know. I don't know why they did it. I want to get off this topic. It's making me so awkward.
I felt awkward watching it.
I just felt like Peter looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That was my only comment on that.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable watching it. I totally get it.
But... yeah, it was just like a really tough hometown date for him.
The summary of that date was that it didn't go so good. I felt.
The one thing that I took away from the ending of it was I felt like Madison came across as a very strong woman, and I think the way that she sticks to her own beliefs and she needs to figure things out for herself is really important, instead of kind of placing the emphasis on Peter to figure it out for her. And I really respected that about her. So, bravo, girlfriend.
Let's get on to the most entertaining date of the entire episode.
Oh, it's a doozy. And it was in my hometown, Virginia Beach.
Okay, I want to point out something. The day portion of the date, they were sitting on a pier. That is the exact 2 seats Lauren and I sat in for our hometown date.
Yeah, we noticed some recycling that happened on that date, which
Literally,
is kind of funny.
same restaurant, same 2 seats, overlooking the water.
Same place at the beach.
I was like, what is that? So we'll have to I'll throw a picture on here so you can see and compare the two.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of funny. I even sat in the same exact seat that Peter sat in. Or he sat in the same seat that I sat in.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah. Funny. So we were obviously invested in this hometown, seeing how it went, because we've been there before and I know that place like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Like, she seemed like she actually liked him on this date in the beginning, which was shocking. She was like, oh yeah, I could see myself with him. That's the first time she's been like that, I think. And
she started off the day really hopeful and very happy.
Yeah, and then she was just crushed again. It's like she can't catch a break, but I don't know. My mom was on this date, actually.
Yeah, the Hunter Hayes concert.
Yeah, I haven't been able to talk about it with anyone yet, but my mom was at the Hunter Hayes concert.
We were like looking in the crowd.
Everyone thought she was gonna like spill the beans on Victoria because there are rumors that she's a homewrecker. But she didn't. My mom was not that person.
No, but we are apparently.
I said it's rumors. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know her personally.
No.
What's a Hunter Hayes concert? What's that song? I don't
want crazy.
I don't want easy.
I want crazy.
Something like that. I was like, wow, this is actually written for her.
I mean, that was not a coincidence.
No, there are no coincidences. Remember what I said a few episodes ago. Speaking about no coincidences.
What?
He just happily runs into his ex-girlfriend who has some information about Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will say she unravels every episode, and we see like it go from a great date to a very dramatic, just like she just literally implodes. And then, but I will say I do feel bad for her though, because there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. What's interesting though is when there is some drama like that, it kind of, you see it pulls them oddly together, because he just can't get, he's chasing her. Men like a chase. And in The Bachelor, there's not really a chase happening, because it's just...
There can be. I feel like...
Well, there is with Victoria, and I feel like that is what is keeping him.
Well, I feel like he's kind of chasing Maddie in a way, too, because she doesn't tell him.
Yeah?
She doesn't reciprocate the feelings like he does.
But I think it's to the extreme level with Victoria. You know, he's like always chasing her affection. He's giving her more than everyone as far as like what he's telling her. Mm-hmm. And he's making all these exceptions for her. Now they have this like terrible hometown date, and he keeps her over Kelsey. So he's totally rewarding this behavior, but it's because he's in it for the chase, I think.
Really?
As a guy. Guys sometimes like that, especially younger guys, I feel like.
What, drama?
It's just like there's something about the chase that keeps them interested. Mm-hmm. If she were, you know, maybe more even keel, like Hannah Ann, she might not even be there right now. But because he's chasing her affection, I think it's kept her on this entire time.
Is that why you kept me? No, I always loved you from the first time I ever saw you. You're just the cutest. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. basically the preview was like Maddie running after Peter saying, I need to tell you something. And then it cuts to all three of them in a room. Together. Which I have to say...
Before hometowns, the girls all get split up and then they're never back together again.
Yeah.
Except for that one rose ceremony that you saw.
Yep. And that's actually really good for your, like, mental... Like, I can't talk today.
Yeah, like, mentally, it is good for you to be separated from the other girls that your boyfriend's dating.
Yeah, obviously. And I just feel like I have a sense that they're going to keep them together because they know about the Maddie drama that's going to unfold.
But we also don't know if they keep them together the whole time.
But if they do, that'd be so messed up.
Yeah, it's bad. Especially through overnight suite, because, like, your mind just goes crazy. Because you know that he's going on other dates, spending the night with people. And to have to watch them come and go, that'd be torture.
I hope they don't do that. So it is interesting that they're all three in a room.
But also, it could be a good thing, because then they could, like, talk about it.
It's not a good thing. I do not want to talk about it.
Just kidding. You don't want to see their faces even.
Yeah.
Like, I was friends with the girls even at the end, and
you just don't want to.
I didn't want to see them anymore though, because it like hurt to know that they had a relationship with him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's tough.
I'm really interested to see how this all plays out, because if they do keep them on through fantasy suite dates, I think that's, it hinders Peter's ability to end up with one person, because he needs to also have some separation so he can discern who he wants in the end.
You mean between the girls?
Yeah, exactly. If he's like popping into their hotel and there's three of them sitting there like, hey guys, like, this is weird.
Well, he probably isn't gonna see them all.
I know, but I'm just saying, to have them still together is weird.
Yeah, but I think it's weirder for the girls for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, two different perspectives.
I'm right though.
She's all right. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe. We'll be here next week.
All right. See ya.
See ya.